Quarter round of the EP drops August 21st. I need y'all to go get it. Go pre-order it right now. Let's go.
What's good, Facebook family? Thank you so much for rocking with me over the past 2 months. Who knew saying yes to God to one Facebook Live would lead to 8 different shows? I don't know where we're headed, but hey, let's enjoy the ride together. Now, over the past 2 weeks, I was able to regroup, woosah, and I was actually able to brand this show. So I officially want to welcome you to The Room. But first, we have a special public service announcement from none other than Cardi B.
I hope you're just as happy as I am. But I just want, later on, I'm going to give you a testimony. Because when I tell you, when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Nobody!
Yeah, I like this one here. Listen up. So many times in my life.
This week, I have a very special guest with me, one of my good friends. Her name is Nikki Washington.
Hey,
Please
y'all.
welcome my
Thank
girl.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm excited
It's
too.
gonna be fun.
It is. I called Nikki a couple of weeks ago and I was like, listen, we need to narrow down what we're going to talk about because we could literally talk about any
On
and
and on.
everything.
Can
And we
and
get on the
can.
phone and talk about any and everything. And so we kind of narrowed it down. I don't know where this conversation is going to go. But
it's gonna be a good one.
Exactly. It's going to be lit. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
So, tell the people how we met. Let's start
So
there. How did
we met. It's been about a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
At an event for the Word Network. It was for women preachers, and we ended up being seated next to each other.
Yep.
And I just felt in my shanana,
In her shanana.
in my core, that
Hey.
she was kinfolk, like cousin in them. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know who she was affiliated with. I just knew she seemed like a cool people. So I just basically was like, I just basically like hi, and we kind of just vibe from there. And immediately it was like instant like kinship.
We clicked.
It really was. Yeah, absolutely.
Clicked. And like we've been talking on the phone.
Yeah,
like
very
weekly
intentionally
since
building.
then. Yes,
it's very healthy. At this age and stage in the game, you want healthy, sustainable friendships around you, and God has blessed me with that in Gina, so I'm grateful.
Yes, I was on my Draker for a little while, talking about no new friends. I really was, because like friendships for me in the past was just, it was a lot. It took.
What was the lot in it for you?
It was, so for me, I love the type of friendships that if we don't talk for months or a couple of weeks, but
Low
when we
maintenance.
do, when we do connect, it's like, boom, we picked up right where we left off. And plus, I just finished a PhD program that took
Come
up
on,
the 5
snaps
years.
for that. Hello.
And Black
hear that?
excellence.
Excellence. Yes.
But that took up 5 years of my life, and so I had to sacrifice a lot. And so I really just appreciated some of those low maintenance relationships that I was able to maintain during that time. So not to say like I don't like things.
No,
That's
but
not
there
it.
are
But she's an
seasons-
answer. She's an answered prayer. Like literally, Nikki is an answered prayer.
Girl, you gonna make me cry now?
Don't cry that lash off, girl.
But no, same exact. I wasn't in my doctorate program though. I wasn't. I was doing MDiv. It wasn't as intense. But I
MDiv.
Yeah.
You getting closer to the Lord.
You know, Jehovah. Hey, hello. I
say
love him.
Jehovah?
Do you? I love him. Amen. Anyway, we gonna keep on.
We gonna get.
Yeah.
Let's be professional.
Okay, professional.
So,
Yeah.
So,
So
Nikki,
yes, Gina.
we gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, with your homegirl down the street, your cousin and your auntie and them, we got you.
We got
talking
you.
about all things live, pop culture, you know, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, so let's jump into these 3 questions. I have 3 questions for you.
Okay. Do I need to get the scripture?
And
out?
I saw no.
Okay, good.
This ain't got none of the scripture. None of the scripture. No, so it's a little. So it might. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
And I saw this on a Rachel Ray clip. She had a friend on, and the friend said she starts her shows off by asking her guests these 3
now,
questions. I know, right? So I'm gonna ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
It's easy.
Okay.
Don't think too hard.
It's not an LSAT or
No, it's not an
SAT.
LSAT.
Okay.
It's not none of that.
Okay.
So just what's the first thing that come to mind?
Okay.
Just give me that question.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I lost my notes here.
That's all right. I'm going to prepare myself. See, the Lord wanted you to pause in your
He
notes
did.
so that I can mentally prepare myself for whatever's about to be thrown my way. See how we get spiritual for no reason?
No
Just
reason.
whatever throws me. Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite animal?
Ooh. That's a good question because I don't know that probably like a puppy. Not a dog, though. A puppy. I like them small and cute.
Okay, I was going to say, give me 3 characteristics.
Like, because they're small, cute, and like they're just like cuddly. But here's the thing, I don't own not nan pet. Not that's how they say something. Not nan pet.
I ain't got a nan
Because
pet.
like I have this. It's gonna sound real bad, but it's so honest. I don't want to take care of a puppy that is eventually not going to be able to take care of me when I'm old. I feel like you should invest that money in a child.
There's some help dogs.
I want a child to be able to take care of me before I have a puppy have all that money.
You right.
You got vet bills. You got dog can call 911. Dog cannot do it at 20-year life expectancy. I know that's real morbid, but it's honest.
We are way off. You said
cute. So yes, but
cuddly.
cute, small, cuddly. I just think they're like a little dork, especially the ones that have the cute little round faces.
Yeah.
Like little, I don't even know what they're called. That's how into puppies I am, but I think they're cute and cuddly. So a puppy.
Okay, so a puppy. The second question is, what is your favorite piece of clothing?
Oh, girl, anything that cinches a waist, honey. A belt. Anything that brings it in, especially when we on our come down, because right now we in the middle of our bring it on down, slim it on down, get tight and right, because COVID and quarantine not going to get the best of us. So anything that tapers the waist,
Okay.
a belt, a cute cut dress.
Well, I need one.
Okay,
a
so
belt
I
or
would
a dress.
say, so a dress.
A dress.
A dress.
Okay, give me 3 characteristics of the dress.
I like that it brings the waist in. If it has the right neckline, it elongates the body. I love that it's very feminine and flowy. Is that good?
Yes, it's good.
I mean, yay, woo.
Okay, last question.
I see, blood.
Last question. What is your favorite body of water? It could be an
Ooh.
ocean. It could be a lake.
Pacific Beach. Well, it's because I'm a California girl. I was born and raised California, right? And if you go to PCH off of Laguna Beach and all the other beaches on there, like it's Cherry Beach, can't remember what else is over there, but it's just like one of my favorite places, but it's for nostalgia. I'm sure there's a bunch more beaches that are wonderful, but
So 3 characteristics why you love the beach.
nostalgia for me. And then also, I'm just a water baby. Swam my whole life. We used to surf when I was a kid, so I just love being in the water. And then sandcastles. They're like crickets. I got nothing, y'all. That's it.
Okay. So I'm breaking down for you. Your favorite animal is a puppy. And the characteristics that you listed was the way that you see yourself.
Oh, I'm soft, cute, and cuddly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, you got girl down something. No, okay, that's cute.
That's
Okay,
cute.
now I'm afraid of what the other one
Okay,
is.
so the second one,
Okay.
your favorite piece of clothing
Okay, dress.
is the way people see you.
Oh, y'all! If y'all told me y'all saw me snatched, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, bless you." And I'm not there yet, but thank you for that.
Snatch. What was the other one you said?
It was like cinched and elongates,
elongate,
tall,
you're tall.
and then
Yeah, you
feminine.
are tall. And you are.
Oh,
That's how people
That
see
is
you.
really interesting. I like this
Yes.
game. Okay, now what's this last one? I might get
The
nervous.
last one. The last one is how you view sex.
So like, so like water, sand, and what did I say? And nostalgia?
Ain't that what B said?
I ain't got no nostalgia with it.
You said it was nostalgic.
But I ain't never.
What was the other ones?
And water, because I'm a water baby.
You
I
said, no,
swim a
she
lot.
said she liked to be in it.
Yeah, be in the water. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And then sand, I'm like, nah, I don't know about that one. That might be prophetic. You never know, 'cause, right? You have to test the waters to know the waters, but yet and still, we'll take it. I'll take
and
it.
still.
I'll take the prophecy. That would lead us into WAP right there.
Exactly. That's why I did that. Look at you.
You gotta get it.
That's
Jesus.
exactly why I did
You is
that.
smart.
Mm-hmm, I'm smart. Ain't get this doctor for nothing.
Exactly. Anyway.
So leads us into my next topic.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk a little bit, some hot topics that have been going on in pop culture. So let's talk about WAP.
Okay. So for those people who don't know.
Yes, tell the people.
Oh, I get to tell them.
Tell the people about yourself.
Okay.
No,
so,
tell them why we'll have 2 different perspectives.
okay, so we'll have 2 different perspectives about the WAP. So our testimonies are different. Would you say that are different roles in life? Would you say? So my testimony, for most who don't know, is I'm a virgin. I'm fully grown. And
Fully
because,
grown.
people used to be like, oh, that's so cute. But now I'm a whole grown woman. And if I'm honest, up until the point of I'd say 18, it was not by design, meaning I didn't make a vow to the Lord when I was younger, like, I'm going to do this for the Lord. It really was because my mom was crazy, and I did not want her saying, like, are you sleeping with somebody? Are you doing something? So I literally was like, when I get out of my mama's house and I turn 18, I'm going to go out and do what grown folk do.
Ooh,
that was the plan. But we moved to Germany when I was about 17.
When am I in Germany?
And we'll see. Touche. But so we moved to Germany, and I had just finished school and was kind of like, who am I? Where am I? You know, that whole young teenage angst thing. And I stumbled across a Church of God in Christ in Germany. And the Lord apprehended my heart.
Oh, come on, apprehend.
Oh, in the most punkish of ways, where I was like, but I thought I was going to go out and club and drink and tear everything up. Like, I was going to go and party.
Yeah.
And I really just came to know God in a great way. And I'd always said that I didn't want to live duality. Not duality physically, because there's people who are trying and striving, but just duality in mentality. So I went fully head in, and I had no idea on this journey that all these years later I would still have this testimony. Nor has it been easy, nor have I been perfect, but God has been gracious in that He has kept me.
I was going to say,
So
He has kept
He
you.
really has, because I don't deserve, girl, it should have been gone a long time ago. You just keep it all the way. It really should have
been gone.
I mean, like, because the thing is, there was so many near misses and so many opportunities where I wasn't in the right place, wasn't doing the right thing at the right time. God has just been gracious. So that's why I know a lot of people who have my testimony tend to, I don't want to say wear it as a badge, but they cannot. There's nothing good that I have done to have what I have. It is sheerly the grace of God, and I emphasize it because I think it's important. Some people are really good at finance. Some people are really good at education. Some people are really good at being great women who are caregivers of families. Some people are really good at maintaining a chaste testimony. Everyone has a different strength. This just happens to be my strength. That's all.
Come on, strength.
So, but anyway, so yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I have that point of view, and her point of view is
I didn't have that strength. I didn't.
But she has several other strengths.
Right. My other strength is I'm strong in that area because I'm married now. No. No.
Okay.
I'm married, so we have two different views
Yeah.
or perspectives of the song. So first, did you listen to the
I actually listened to it after someone told me, no, you need to hear the unedited. So for me, I'm corny. I'm real straight edge. So none of the stuff I normally hear when it comes out is uncensored. And so someone told me, was like, oh, no, you need to hear the unedited, the unabridged version. And I listened, and I was like, oh. And mind you, I've worked at a prison, so I've heard all kinds of language. But I was like, oh, okay.
It's different.
Yeah, different.
Yeah. I was taken aback.
What were you most taken aback by?
I mean, they came out the gate just like swinging.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And the content of their music is usually very sexual, very vulgar. So it was no surprise to me.
Sure.
But they just came out the
swinging.
gate.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though, like the beginning part when they took me back though. They took me back to high school. Like, hey! And then she came in with that wet. I said, whoa! Okay. I was like, what's this? And then like majority of the song, I was like,
Yeah.
I was really like, my mouth was wide open.
Yeah, I was the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
because for me, so even though I listen to all kinds of music, I still censor what I listen to. So like, I love good, clean love songs, and I'm of the mindset that as long as it doesn't compromise me or my integrity or doesn't make me feel icky, I'm pretty much cool. But there's some stuff I just don't entertain. Even there's some gospel I think is not great, just like I think there's some secular is not great. So I wasn't averse to the fact that these were secular artists. But when I heard it, I was like, oh, we're being extremely graphic. I was like, here it is. And then I saw a lot of debate online about it.
Yes. Let's talk about some of that debate.
Yeah.
One of the debates that I was seeing online, because everybody think they know everything, but especially when it comes to I saw a lot of people coming at the church community, and it was in a way of y'all offended by this song, and like, because you're Christian, you're suppressing your sexuality as women, and that's why you don't like the song or appreciate the song. And I was like, I wouldn't say that that's the case.
I think there's a difference between suppressing your sexuality and having chaste conversation. I think that you cannot be, because obviously there are Christians, having babies every day. So apparently no one is suppressing
or practicing how to have
practicing exactly every day, shawty. So the fact that they are still populating the earth, it is an indication that people are actually getting it in.
And that's what God told us to do, be fruitful and multiply.
But I think just like all things with a Christian, just like we are chased in the conversation that we have, or we are chased in how we spend our finance, or anything, it's just a different form of chastity, really.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. And so when I saw the video and listened to the music, honestly, I did not impose my standard onto Cardi and Meg. I was like, they're doing what is innate to them. What in your heart comes out of the abundance of, or what the abundance of the heart comes out the mouth, right? So they're doing what's innate to them. So for me, I'm a woman of faith. I'm a woman of God. So, and I'm not married. So for me to promote or champion that song would be total fugazi, all cap, because I don't live that. So, and also too, because I'm a Christian, I'm held to a certain standard. I cannot impose my standard on them. It'd be like if I was a vegetarian and they're meat eaters and I'm going, why are you eating them chickens? Why are you eating them burger? They never said they were vegetarians. Even if they said it in action or words, they didn't say it in deed.
Yeah.
So I think I understand the up in armsness, but that's not your standard is not their standard.
Yeah.
If you're a believer.
Yeah. For me, I'm not a champion of the song. I'm not promoting the song at all. But if you listen to the lyrics, I was like, we should be having these conversations. Like, we should be talking about sex in a healthy way, especially when it comes to marriage and preparing those for marriage. To talk about a healthy sexual lifestyle and appetite.
Absolutely. I think it makes for a better husband, a better wife. I mean, I'm assuming so, but I think also I've heard, there was a podcast I was telling Gina about earlier where the woman was a virgin when she got married, her husband was not. And she said she went through years of having to unlearn the whole sex is dirty thing because she thought it just to be a good Christian girl was to just not even desire it. And I'm fortunate in that, I think she was in her early 20s when she got married, but I'm fortunate to be the age that I am and have life experience behind me. So the way that I see sex and sexuality is very different in that I think it's healthy. I believe that we should have conversations about it. And I believe there's nothing wrong with expressing your desire for it or wanting to be creative in it. I don't think the content, meaning what you want from sex, is the issue. I think it's the presentation. So I think that's what many may wrestle with and don't know they wrestle with. I don't know. What y'all think? I don't know.
Let us know how y'all think.
In the comments.
In the comments.
That's what I heard they say on YouTube.
That's what I heard. I had heard.
Yeah. In the comments. Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. So let's talk about dating.
Okay.
I've been out the game long time.
Bless you.
How
long you been married?
It's been a long time.
All right, well, never mind. That's not
12 years.
Okay, you've been married 12 years, so you've been out the game.
I had to think about it. I was like, wait,
that's all right.
Carry the one on.
That's the divide by two. So, okay, you've been married 12 years, so you have been out the game.
Yeah, I've been out the game for a very long time. And social media was not as prevalent as it is now. And I know there's a lot of pressure of trying to, not for some people, but there's a lot of pressure to look like an Instagram model, to be tight and right in all these places, and to have a small waist, a big booty, and a lot of grace and mercy.
Let me know if you can't have it.
But what is it like dating? Like in this time?
In the social media era?
In the social media era.
Okay. So social media, I interviewed a few years ago, I had a magazine, I interviewed Paul Carrick Brunson. I don't know if you know who he is. He is.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, he's the matchmaker. He's like the modern day Hitch. He's basically, I think, either one of the few, or if not the only black male matchmaker in the world. He had a show on OWN, just very buttoned up, very sharp guy.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah. And so this was before OWN, all that stuff. And I remember him saying something that resonated with me because I talked to him about ratios and singleness. And I loved his approach because it was refreshing in that he spoke from the vantage point of this is what the statistics say, but actually this has been updated, so it's not actually this. So if I came and said, more people are getting divorced every day, he's like, actually, the statistics show that yes, although people are still getting divorced, there are actually more people getting married. So he basically broke it down. And one thing he said about online dating, he said, it's not always great because literally you can see someone's picture on an app or a dating app or whatever, and you can swipe and literally decide you don't like a mole on their face or a pimple on their cheek or the way, like, you literally people become so disposable. So when it comes to social media and interaction dating, I've never done a dating site. I have my pictures used some catfish. If y'all see me on a dating site, if it ain't me, y'all, I'll let y'all know what I'll let y'all know it when and if I decide to do it. But no, so literally when it comes to dating sites, the friends that I have who have done it all have said that they hate it. They all have said it's just like, I have friends said it's overwhelming. Some people said it seemed like a waste of time. So I don't know. And I know some people say that it's great. And I don't know if that has to do with generations, because I know a lot of my millennial friends are like, oh, we cool with it. But a lot of my like Gen Xers and even some of my Gen Z friends are like, oh, I don't like it. So I think it just depends on your niche. As far as social media and dating, I don't know that. I don't have a vast amount of experience with dating people based on social media. So I don't know if I'm adequate to speak to it. I think it's very easy to do if you wanted to. Like there's always, like DMs are always open, I'm sure, to somebody. Like people, I'm sure, because I get people saying all the time that,
I was just gonna say, I get people in my DM all the time.
well,
She
I would
does.
never say that.
But she does.
I would never say
She
that.
don't need a dating site when she got Instagram
No,
and
no.
Facebook and
I don't,
people all over
I
there.
don't entertain.
She don't. So don't be on here thinking you gonna DM her.
I usually respond. It is not because there's anything wrong with people. I'm just one of those weird people that is still a little old school conservative. And I'm not saying that God could not do it that way for me, right? I'm just saying as of today, right now, at whatever time it is, 0:30. I just really, I'm still a little weird about that. But for the most part, unless you're my friend or I know you casually, I usually don't respond to DMs.
Yeah, she don't respond, so don't even bother.
Stop
Don't
it.
even bother.
Ain't nobody in my-
What I love about Nikki and her mentality and her approach when it comes to dating is that her cutoff game is strong.
It ain't always been that though. So
My girl cutoff game is so strong. I was like, dang, Nikki, like,
you know what I think it is? I think first of all, like I said, in all sincerity, it hasn't always been that. But I honestly think what it is the more you begin to understand, as cliche as it sounds, the more you begin to understand the value of the time that you have, the more you realize, dang, I'm really like, the more you invest, the harder it is going to be to pull off and to break away. So if you know it's not going anywhere on the front end, it's probably best to just, do that person and yourself a favor. Because the thing is, you're God's daughter, they're God's son, and you want to really honor them in the best way possible. And so the way that I honor him is to not waste his time if I know that it's not that way. And I've had people do the same to me. Like, I think you're a great girl, but I don't want to waste your time if that's not where they are. So I think it's recognizing who people are to you. And then as you get to know yourself and grow older, you kind of immediately know, like, who you are, what you want. When you say, like, at this age, girl, I can tell very quickly. And I think most people can. Like, you can tell very quickly if a situation's for you or not, even though it's not dating, right? So I think it's kind of similar.
yeah. I love this phrase that you said about your cutoff game. She was like, I feel so sorry for them. Like, they could have had a ride or die. And I'm like, that is the mentality you should have. Like, you've been at work,
I think
feel
everybody
sorry for
feels
you.
that way.
No, some people be crying and
Well,
walking
I
the
done been
room, eating
people-
ice cream. And
Girl, we have all, like, I say it like this. Everybody's played the fool. Everybody, but don't mean you still have to stay the fool. And I've had my friends,
Oh,
male and
word.
female, teach me really good life lessons about, like, how to date. And my guy friends would be like, Nikki, cut him off.
Yeah.
Or my girlfriends would be like, girl, you. But I've had people have to talk me off the ledge. Not literally. Girl, ain't nothing worth dying for
We
like
ain't
that.
jumping.
But, not ever. But no, I've had people literally, like, speak life into me when I was optimistic about a situation that didn't turn out like it was supposed to be. And I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you're not worth my, like, I've never approached it like that. It's always been from the lens of, is this a healthy connection for me? Is this a serious connection for me? Is it not? Okay, if it's not, let me not lead on or be led on, because I want to protect the heart of the person who God has put before me, and I want my heart protected too. So really, I mean, I'm being light, but it really is about protecting people's heart, not just like, away with you. You know what I mean? Like,
but her cutoff game strong. I love it. Let's talk about COVID. How has it been,
girl.
being single?
the Rona out here, y'all.
But how has it been being single and living by yourself?
Okay.
Like, how are you trying to
You
stay
got
connected?
them Barbara Walters questions
You know, 'cause
today.
you
I was
know.
like-
I'm like, yeah, Robert.
So for me, it has not been hard, honestly. And the reason why, though, I have special circumstance, right? I live in Dallas, and I don't live near any family already. So whenever I go to see the people I love, I get on a plane, or I'm going, on a road trip, or like it's some kind of occasion. So I see my people that are closest to me when I take trips like this. But I haven't gotten to do that as frequently as I normally do. but it still hasn't hit me as hard as someone who lives in the same city as their family. Does that make sense? So I've done a lot of Zoom. I have really had to take stock in what makes me continue on a nice regimen, and for me it is exactly that, a regimen. So I have implemented things that I actually didn't have before Corona, because I knew I needed some kind of regimen to keep me in a clear space when it came to this whole thing. Because if you don't, and if you just got time to sit around and like think about it and be, you know, moping about it, girl, that thing will start to eat at you. You like, oh, sitting there in the shower talking about, oh, by myself. Sit in that jail. Sit in that jail. Exactly. So for me, I have people that, and I have friends that check on me and they be like, hey girl, you all right? We know you. They know I'm out there by myself, so they call and FaceTime and just checking on you, love you. And so I appreciate it. They have no idea how much they have really helped me.
Why is it so important to have girlfriends during this time?
Oh, ooh,
Come on, Barbara.
Okay. Okay. I think it's important to have, I mean, all seasons, but it's particularly this time, because I think they can hold you accountable. They can tell you when you're tripping. They can tell you when they see you sinking into that sunken place. I think our girlfriends are mirrors to us, to really show us the best parts of us and the parts of us that need to grow. And I'm a firm believer in having people around you that hold you accountable and show you how to be a better you. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my village. I don't think I would be a piece of the woman that I am if I did not have women around me who sharpened me, who poured into me, who made me want to be better, you know? So I think it's important, especially during this, when you feel so isolated.
So you posted a meme the other day, and I wrote it down. I got my notes, y'all. I got my notes.
She's so Barbara.
I'm so Barbara. I thought I wrote, oh, you said my love language is helping you win.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that she posted that, I sent her a message, was like, so true. Like, that is so you. Nikki is so about accountability and sharpening those around her. When we first met, I remember I was telling her about something that I was wanting to do, but was kind of scared to do it. Something similar to this, and now I'm doing it.
Hello.
But she would call me like, "How's that going? Like, what you doing?" Like, she would call me and hold me accountable. I think that's so true about you. You want to see people
I just
win.
think it's so cool to, like, no one wants to get there by themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's important for everybody. And the thing is, I think sometimes seeing other people do their thing makes you be like, man, wow, they really are inspiring. Like, I've never been, I truly have never been one of the people like, oh, I don't want them, or, you know, that whole hate type thing. I want to see everybody, because I'm like, hey, oh, she got her doctorate. Maybe I'll go back and give out. Well, if they pay for it, I'll go back.
Don't
but
do
maybe
it,
no, I ain't gonna do it, girl. I ain't gonna do it.
that end deal, okay?
No, but like, to see people soar and excel and be excellent at what they do and be a master at whatever subject they're over, I just think it's inspiring. And to see people with a vision and a dream, I just think it's really, really, it's really nice. And I remember I was telling somebody when I was like, and this is, who thinks like this as a child, right? But I remember it without joke, and I didn't have the language at the time, but I knew this is what I was trying to articulate. I remember being 6 or 7 years old and us having a little circle time and someone saying, what is your biggest fear? And I distinctly remember saying that my biggest fear at the time was leaving this earth and not doing what God told me to do. At like that, and I don't, it was just like, just way too deep of a thing for 6 years old. I need to be thinking about Legos or something, but that's really what, and it always transcended. So when I see people who have vision or dreams or desires, my default is like, how can I help you? Because I don't want you to ever live having regretted that you didn't do something because you cared about what people thought, or because you cared about security of a job so much that you didn't branch out and get something that was 3 times as much what your job paid, you know, stuff like that. So I think we all have a journey, and everybody's not meant for the wildest of dreams, but whatever your thing is, I just believe in wholeheartedly pursuing it and helping people pursue that thing.
Thank you.
That's it, girl. It ain't even That's it.
That's it. It ain't even deep.
It ain't even deep.
So Rona has shut down the world. Well, we reopened, but
Y'all tired of Rona
in March, I'm tired. I want to be on somebody's beach vacationing.
Girl.
I was supposed to have a hot girl summer this summer. I missed it last summer. I missed it last summer. Yeah, so I was like, this summer I'm gonna be on somebody's beach in a 2-piece, and I got that.
Girl, some people still out. Some people still out on somebody's beach.
Yeah, no, not me. But the world shut down in March when everybody did shut down, and we really had to just be at home with ourselves and be at home with our thoughts. What have you learned about yourself during this time?
I don't know. So learned and then kind of like leaned hard into it, like it's fully solidified. I've learned my relationship style when it comes to dealing with people in general. So there's some things that I knew were always triggers for me, and I never investigated the why behind the trigger. So for example, one of the things that really I value, I hold in a high regard, are consistent people. This thing consistent, boy, I tell you, like just consistent, solid, like people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about like everybody forgets to text every now and then. Everybody forgets. I'm talking about like, you know, solid in the pocket. You can count on to consistently be there. And I've felt that way as long as I can remember. But I didn't know why. I just knew that whenever I found somebody who was extremely flaky, I would just be so like offended. I'd be like, why does this bother you so much? So I started to investigate it, and I realized for me, a lot of stuff can be linked to, and I should know this, right? Psychology. Yeah. A lot of stuff can be related to childhood trauma. So I realized for me, one of the things that was not there for me as a child is consistency. I moved around a lot. I went to like a bunch of different schools, lived in a bunch of different countries, states, like just all over the place. And so I think as a child, you know, they say one of the things you need the most is consistency, right, Mom? So I didn't have that. I mean, because I ain't got no kids. This is all theory at this point. But so I, as an adult, I became an extremely consistent and also I don't want to say courteous because I feel like you tune your own harm, but for lack of a better word, extremely consistent and thoughtful in how I dealt with other people because I saw a life that was not that. So I didn't realize until Corona when I really started to unpack it. Nikki, why does it bother you when someone doesn't keep their promise and leave you hanging? Or why does it bother you when, this, that, whatever? And I realized, you didn't have consistency as a child. So now inconsistency rings a bell to me and says danger. This person is not safe because I can't trust that they're going to do what they said. So they might leave me hanging, leave me somewhere and don't say something. Like there might be something. So for me, that was something that I learned that I didn't know. So now I have inconsistent people in my life, but I don't keep them here. I keep them there. So I learned to reposition people in a place that causes them to win and causes me to win. So they still get friendship, they still get fellowship, but there's some people that are just going to be your annual friend, and then there's some people that are going to be your ministry friend. You know, there's some people that you're going to see once a year, and that's fine, and you won't ever talk to them on the phone, y'all won't ever email, you won't ever Skype, FaceTime, nothing. Then you have some friends that are going to be more, inner circle. I think about the model, and I forget who originally said this, but I've been talking about it for a while, how Jesus' model of discipleship, and how he had his 12, he had his 3, there's this core, this nucleus. And I believe that there's a pantomime, like you do ministry with the masses, you do ministry to the masses, you do ministry with the 12, and then you do covenant with the 3. So I take on that mentality, and not literal numbers, right? But I take on the mentality.
Who your 3?
No, not literal numbers. What I mean is, I think the closer people get to you, the more intimate your circles get by design. I don't know that I feel like God created us to have intimate, deep connection with everybody. I think it's supposed to run deep, and I think ministry is supposed to run wide, but relationship is supposed to run deep.
That's so good.
So that's just, I don't know, I took the long way around. Y'all, I'm a preacher, I'm sorry. I'm going to try it out. I'm do better. Anyway, you were saying.
No, that was good. That was good. I like that. I'm out of questions.
Yeah, well, this has been fun. But are you going to answer any of your questions? Because I had some questions about if you were the earth, the sun, the moon, and your favorite puppies and stuff. I'm just saying.
I've answered them already.
Oh, you did?
In my head.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave it in your head then. This is a great show. I'm glad we did it. It had so much fun. And I'm so proud of you, though. I know you've heard me say it 1,000 times before.
Let's not cry.
But no, like, sincerely, it takes a lot of guts and grit to really sit before people. Like, we think it's easy because everybody doing it. Like, especially during Corona, everybody's live, right?
Everybody.
But it takes a lot of guts to put yourself out here like this. And then you're going to be scrutinized. People are going to judge. People are going to have stuff to say. There's just going to always be somebody that has something to say about what you are and who you do. I mean, who you do. Who you are and what you do.
And who you do. Like,
we got to talk about sex. Oh, yeah, you're right. Whopping, whatever. But reverse that.
Not the worship and praise.
Reverse that. So, but someone's always gonna have something to say, right?
Yeah.
So, because of that, it can be challenging to not allow that to buffer who you are and still be your authentic self through the voices of people that are really just here to criticize. So, the fact that you're able to do it, in spite of like that internet is
I appreciate it.
Internet is an interesting place.
It is.
So,
it is. I just try not to listen to the noise.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Try not to listen to the noise. No, it's serious. Like, but you know what I've realized? The more mature I get in my walk and in my faith, it's just like white noise at a certain point. Like when I was maybe in my mid-20s, I used to be like, I don't understand how they don't like the scripture. Now I'd be like, you'll be all right.
Now how they don't like, she worried about how they don't like this.
Well, like seriously, because I've been doing this for a long time. This is back in the MySpace days. I've been doing influence. I remember when we were MySpace, it was like 30,000 followers. I had this blog. I was doing this whole magazine thing, and God was really blessing. But that was before like the trolls. Like the social media was still relatively new, so it wasn't quite as trollish. Or if it was, because there wasn't as much ability to see. Like someone couldn't post on your wall unless you approved them, or no one really left bad stuff. But when you start talking about God, you're gonna offend. The gospel is offensive. And so there would be times where I would be talking about the gospel, and I would talk about something like chaste appearance, or I'd talk about something like loving God, or fornication, and people who were doing that would be very upset with me. And I would be like, but I don't understand. What did I do? Girl, now baby, listen.
That Inglewood came out of you, baby.
Because here's the thing, like I believe, and I'm not one of those people who be like, I don't care what nobody thinks. No, I'm not that person either. I care about the people I'm accountable to. So my pastors, my leaders, my friends, the people who I hold in high regard, I value their opinion. Because it's like if Gina was like, I don't think that's you, I would consider it because she knows the intent of my heart. But a random stranger, I appreciate encouragement, I appreciate criticism, but I take it all with the same spoon.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's so good. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having
me. We cuts up. This is just a little bit of the cut up. A little bit of the cut up, but we
were very tame today.
Yeah, we were.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of us.
Yeah,
we have our ratchet moments.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like sophisticated as sophisticated.
Yes.
Like that 99% class, and then you got that like 1% that'll just be like, get at me, dog. I'm hungry. Damn it. We call it balance.
Yes.
So no, but
balance.
I'm so glad about what you're doing and how I think your voice is needed for this space, especially to be educated on subject. Because you leave me out to talk about some of the stuff you talk about, and I won't know what to talk about. But you are graced for your assignment.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I love the chest collection.
No pearls. I ain't got no pearls on. But thank you all for joining me. Nikki, tell the people how they can follow you.
So on all social media outlets, it's Nick, Nikk, last name Washington, at wherever you're logged on. I'm probably use Instagram the most, so you holler at me there. And I just started TikTok, but I think that might end because you're the president. But anyway, I'm on TikTok.
Yes, she's on TikTok. I'm gonna say something crazy. I remember I got a job.
You know.
Yeah, real quick.
That's
the stage. Thank you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Come on,
Lexi. All right. Let's put it away, Jesus.
5, 4, 3. Come on, Barbie. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I stay ready, shout. ATL Barbie up in this thing. No.
I don't know if we gonna make it through.
Let's go. What's up in this thing? No, I'm kidding.